Have you heard about all that crazy EXP stuff? Me too. Hey everyone, it's Justine. Today we are talking about why I chose eXp Realty as a new agent. I'm going to go through my top 5 reasons for why I chose eXp as a brand new agent and whether I'm happy with my decision 1 year later. Reason number 5, working from home. In this last year, I think many of us have realized how convenient it is to work from home, especially when you have a career that does not really require office time that is face-to-face or like necessarily meeting with customers all day long. Technology was already moving in this direction. As we all know, in this last year, it just proved that in so many industries, having a brick and mortar office is just totally not necessary. With eXp, they were already way ahead of the game when it comes to working from home, and that is when I entered the real estate business. eXp already had a cloud-based brokerage before any brokerage even thought of being cloud-based. It genuinely is a virtual office, which is kind of funny, and I'll be making a video soon that goes more in depth about this, but here are a few clips of eXp World, which is my virtual office. The first clip is right when you enter the eXp World. This is my avatar, which you get to make upon signing up. You can change the hair, the clothes, whatever you want, make it feel like you. And all of these people around me are actually other agents from around the nation in real time, meaning I can talk to them right now. We talk using our voices just like we would in person, but our speech is coming from our avatars, not our picture or video of ourselves. Every office person I need, from marketing to tech to my managing broker, is all here from the push of a button. When I had questions, they answer extremely fast. So needless to say, working from home is more doable than ever with eXp, which went into my decision when joining. Reason number 4 was culture. When I was looking for brokerages, the culture was really important to me. I wanted the culture to be more forward-thinking, inspiring, friendly, most of all, motivating. Yes, I know a lot to ask for, but if I was going to be giving part of my money away to a brokerage, I wanted to make sure that I really liked it. When doing my search for brokerages to join, there were many that just felt really behind the times. For me, it eventually came down to 2 brokerages. Keller Williams brick and mortar office close to me, and eXp Realty, which of course is a virtual office. The Keller Williams office near me definitely had many of the cultural qualities that I wanted, but eXp just seemed to be a level above when it came to providing a more motivating culture. When interviewing brokerages, everyone I spoke with at eXp was just unbelievably willing to help each other out and all about cheering each other on, and that includes the other agents. I feel like agents helping agents on a regular basis is specifically an eXp thing, and before joining a brokerage, I had heard some horror stories about some very non-collaborative brokerages. In some brokerages, other agents may see each other more as competitors, not necessarily teammates. At eXp, you have a constant connection to other agents via trainings, social media groups, social media pages, and meetups. I sat in on training with eXp, and other agents were willing to share their trade secrets with each other, encourage each other in their own journeys, and just genuinely be helpful to each other. This created a work family type of vibe, and all of the agents seemed truly invested in each other, and that's exactly the type of culture that I was looking for. Reason number 3, doing things my way. Before I got into real estate, I was a teacher, and I also did sales prior to that, and bartending and waitressing, like forever before that. And let me tell you, I was sick of doing things everybody else's way. In researching successful real estate agents on YouTube and podcasts, I realized many of them gained success in extremely different ways. And now it was my time to choose how I wanted to build my business. But at the same time, I knew I would still need good training. Oftentimes, the training at specific brokerages only provides trainings to be successful in one very specific way. In my search for a brokerage, again, I really liked Keller Williams and eXp Realty's trainings. But eXp just had way more of what I wanted in training and more choices for me to get the training that I needed to grow my business in my own way. I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison so you understand what I mean. If you look at the Keller Williams Ignite training, for instance, which is the typical new agent training which Keller Williams offers, it's pretty basic, but it does work extremely well for some agents, or a lot of agents, and I believe some offices do offer it for free. The Ignite course consists of 20 2 to 3 hour power sessions over a month's time. So you're basically at Keller Williams in person 5 days a week for several hours for 1 month when you start as a new agent with them. The foundational concepts of Ignite are working on your mindset and your sphere of influence, which means people that you know. Your daily activities include things like adding 10 people to your database daily from your sphere. You are calling and connecting with 10 people from your database daily from your sphere. You're writing 10 handwritten notes to people in your database daily. Then you're also previewing 2 homes daily, which comes to 10 homes per week. And of course, you're working on a growth mindset, which will be huge at any brokerage you join. Now, EXP's starter training is all self-paced and done virtually. They go over the basics of being an agent with some specific details, but I didn't think they were quite as focused on one specific way of gaining clients like Keller Williams was in their Ignite program. EXP also offers a mentor, which is someone who would teach me basics about the local contracts, MLS, showings, how to run an open house, and many other of the beginning basic things that you need for systems, as well as walk me through my first 3 transactions and more transactions if I felt I needed them to. The mentor does cost money, and it comes out of the split for your first 3 transactions. So instead of the usual 80-20 split, my first 3 transactions would be a 60-40 split so that I could pay for that mentor. When looking beyond the initial training, it was really difficult for me to see what Keller Williams offered. I know that some trainings beyond Ignite at Keller Williams do cost money, some being hundreds of dollars, but I literally could not find information on what specific types of training Keller Williams offers, how they offer them, meaning in person or virtually, and how much money they cost. Even when I interviewed with Keller Williams, I still felt like I couldn't get all of the information that I wanted about the training details. EXP training works very differently than Keller Williams. With EXP, you can take the initial fast start training while also taking training of your choice at the same time. EXP training is all free, and I mean totally and completely free. And there is a new list of trainings that comes out every single week. This list was available online and still is to anyone who wants to take a look at it, and I will put a link in the comments below if you are curious to see. When I was looking at which brokerage I wanted to join as a new agent, I loved how I could look at the list and see the things that I wanted to learn that were specific to how I wanted to grow my business, such as social media for agents, using video for agents, relocation certificates for free, the power of client events, 5 money-making activities. Those are just some examples or names of the trainings they have. So I just love that EXP offered all of these trainings for free. Coming up next, I'm going to talk about the top 2 reasons I chose EXP as a new agent, and if I'm happy with my decision now that I'm 1 year in. If you have any questions so far, please leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them either in the comments or by creating a new video. Reason 2 is EXP's business model, which is generally what some people hear about when they hear about EXP. I'm only going to go over this very briefly because there are so many parts to it. I plan to make a full video about this in the future. Basically, EXP's business model allows agents to keep more of their money as well as build income through several different income streams. As I was deciding to become a real estate agent, I already knew that part of that was also getting into other businesses and building multiple income streams. EXP was just another great way for me to be able to do that. I genuinely believe that building multiple income streams and passive incomes are key to the financial and time freedom that we all want. So when I found out EXP could offer more of that, I was not only interested, but I was super, super excited about it. First, let's talk about EXP's split. It's an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. This means that I pay 20% of my commissions to EXP until I have paid them $16,000. The regular monthly costs are also minimal because EXP doesn't have brick and mortar offices. When looking at your brokerage fees, you have to look at both your split and all of your other costs. You could be at a brokerage with zero split, meaning you're always keeping 100% of your commission, but you end up paying $20,000 a year in fees, so you're not actually keeping more of your money. On top of that, if you sell enough homes, EXP will actually give you $16,000 in the company's stocks. So it's literally like you paid them nothing except for the very small fees. You also get regular stock awards as an EXP agent, even as a new agent. Next is EXP's revenue share program, which is a percentage of revenue that agents earn for attracting another agent into the company. At other brokerages, they have profit share when you bring new agents into the company. Revenue share means if the agent you refer to the company makes a sale, you get a part of that year after year after year. With profit shares, only the profit is shared with you. That is the revenue left over after costs have been removed. Basically, you get the leftover. In simple terms, that often means instead of earning that $500 from a sale from an agent that you brought in, you might earn something like a cup of coffee. You can make money both ways, but the revenue share is just easier and you can build passive income way faster. Now, this does not mean you have to go out and try to attract agents. But often in real estate, agents become friends or trusted business acquaintances with other agents and just end up attracting other agents to their own brokerage. This is an extremely normal part of real estate. With EXP, you just actually get rewarded for it significantly. When I found this out, I was like, heck yeah, I want in. The best part about this model is that it is an incentive for agents to help each other grow and be successful. And this leads me to my number one reason for joining EXP. Working with top producing agents from around the US that actually help you and make you feel welcome. When joining EXP, you get to choose what is called a sponsor. It can be super confusing, but it basically means you get to choose who you join with. I interviewed with Kyle Handy and Brent Walgren from the Dream Team and pretty much instantly knew it was where I wanted to be. Every week, the Dream Team meets with new agents to seasoned agents from around the US during their weekly training sessions. They offer a ton of additional training on top of what EXP offers already, and again, it is free. You get training from people like Kyle Handy, who you can find on YouTube, Jamie Pierce-Tulak, who is all over social media, especially Instagram, and tons of other highly successful agents that are truly killing it in the industry and willing to share their information with you. And did I mention it is still free? I was invited to attend a training session with the Dream Team before I made my decision. And during the training, I got to see and hear what these other successful agents were doing. I got to collaborate with them and talk with them. I got to hear what was working for them. I really liked that I was hearing from several different successful agents from all different markets who were doing totally different things. Many of them found niches or a way of being successful that were literally night and day to each other. So I knew that this was going to allow me to choose ideas that I wanted to replicate into my business, and I got to choose which agents I would aspire to be like. I just felt like there was so many different ways to do this because I was exposed to all of these different successful agents from all over the US. In other brokerages, you just have no possible way of being exposed to such a diverse set of agents from all over the US on a weekly basis who are, number one, extremely collaborative and kind, and number two, willing to actually share their secrets to success, because when you succeed, they succeed. So at this point, I felt like joining EXP was a no-brainer for me. Now, let's talk about if I'm happy with my decision. I'm going to get real with you right here. The amount of encouragement and motivation I get from my business partners at EXP with the Dream Team will literally bring me to tears. I know that sounds super cheesy, and I was actually wondering why this seemed so important and special to me, so I Googled it. Here it is. Camaraderie. Camaraderie is closely related to employee morale, the general emotion and mental state of colleagues in a team. High morale means that individuals are feeling well and happy. And that's it. My business partners at EXP are often using the phrase pouring into one another and asking the question, how are you adding value for other agents? These words are just so representative of the culture. Working with successful agents from all over the US, from all types of different markets that are heavily invested in each other's success, could not be more motivating for me. I feel like this is something very unique to EXP Realty, and essentially the biggest reason that I chose them as my brokerage as a new agent, and the biggest reason that I'm still extremely happy with EXP and don't think that I will ever leave. Those are my top 5 reasons I chose EXP as a new agent, and as you know, I still love EXP. I hope this video gave you some insight on EXP and whether it might be the brokerage for you. If you're looking for more detailed information about EXP's entire business model, please watch this EXP Explained video from my business partner, Kyle Handy.